What movies and TV shows should you be watching the week of December 14th? I'm Jay Shearer, co-writer and co-director of Death of a Bounty Hunter. Posters behind me here on the wall. The supernatural steampunk western, available now as a full cast audiobook and a novel. Check out our preview at deathofabountyhunter.com. On this week's segment, I am giving you my top 10 things that came out on streaming this year in 2020, plus a few extras as honorable mentions. With this year almost over, thankfully, how should we be spending the rest of our time? Maybe watching some things on streaming. Now, I should note that there are several things coming out that I have not yet seen. Wonder Woman 1984, Soul, for example. Those might be amazing and might make my final top 10 list. But if you want to still catch some of this stuff, I want to make sure you have this information in your hands. First up, my honorable mentions. These did not make my top 10, but were very close. First up, Tiger King. Pre-pandemic, when 2020 was looking like an improvement over 2019, the world was riveted by Tiger King. And for good reason, it's very entertaining. Plus, it's got Carol Baskins. Something else I recommend is The Floor is Lava. The editing on The Floor is Lava is super weird, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a very fun show and you should definitely check it out. Now, if you're looking for something heartwarming, I highly recommend Love on the Spectrum. Part documentary, part reality TV show. It follows people on the spectrum trying to find love. And it's fantastic, and you should go check it out. The holiday movies that made us. Fantastic writing and editing drive this show, but they're also talking about movies that we love, including holiday movies that we love, with behind-the-scenes information. Highly recommend the holiday movies that made us. Restaurants on the Edge. Back when COVID lockdowns started rolling out, this was a perfect little vacation show, a way to escape a little bit. Now, watching right now might make me cry because we can't go anywhere. But the food looks amazing, the locations are amazing, and it's a really fun show to watch. The final recommendation for me, rounding out my honorable mentions, Middleditch and Schwartz. Some truly hilarious moments unfold in just these 3 episodes. I hope they do more. As with most improv, it's hit or miss. But with these 2 guys, it is mostly hit. There are some really funny bits here. If you like improv even just a little, Middleditch and Schwartz is fantastic. All right, here we go. Starting with number 10, Enola Holmes. Now, Millie Bobby Brown is incredibly entertaining, and Enola Holmes is a perfect vehicle for her. It's not a perfect film by any means. It gets a little dark near the end for little kids, but otherwise it's a really fun ride. Henry Cavill as Sherlock feels like Hulk Hogan playing Bill Nye the Science Guy. But hey, we know that Sherlock Holmes liked to use PEDs to get his mind going. Maybe he decided to use it to get his muscles going too. But ignore all that. Enola Holmes is fun. You should go watch it. Enola Holmes is available on Netflix. Coming in at number 9, The Queen's Gambit. I didn't know The Queen's Gambit was about chess when I started watching. And I like chess, but I haven't played in over a decade. But guess what? It doesn't matter. It is a fantastic show with amazing performances across the board. Fantastic production design as well. It makes this series worth your time, so I highly recommend it. The Queen's Gambit is also available on Netflix. Coming in at number 8, Onward. I was not interested in Onward when I saw the previews. It felt like Pixar was maybe trying a little too hard, and then I watched it. And as is the case with most Pixar movies, I loved it. Onward is available on Disney+. Coming in at number 7, Schitt's Creek, the final season. Schitt's Creek was a fantastic sitcom, one of the better ones in recent years. And the last season did not disappoint, including the finale, which a lot of times just goes really wrong, like How I Met Your Mother. I'm still mad about the finale of that show. But Schitt's Creek was one of the better pieces of content to come out on streaming in 2020. It is available on Netflix. Available for rent now is Bill and Ted Face the Music, and it comes in at number 6. The older Bill and Ted films have become cult classics, and as we've seen numerous times, trying to reignite nostalgia years later can be a total disaster. But while Bill and Ted Face the Music isn't quite as entertaining as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, it's better than Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and it's a really, really fun ride. Please go watch that film if you're into Bill and Ted at all. I think you will enjoy it. Coming in at number 5, a stand-up special, Nate Bargatze, the Tennessee Kid. I watch a lot of stand-up comedy. And we're sort of in a golden age of stand-up comedy right now. There's a lot of great specials out there. Nate Bargatze is one of my personal favorites. I was able to see him in person at the Brea Improv this last year, and it was one of the best stand-up performances I have ever seen. And his stand-up special, The Tennessee Kid, on Netflix is awesome, and I highly recommend you go watch it. Coming in at number 4 on Disney Plus is Hamilton, the musical. I can count on one hand the number of musicals that I actually enjoy. It's not really my thing, but Hamilton is fantastic. Lin-Manuel Miranda and his co-creators do something here that is remarkable. By retelling the story of Alexander Hamilton with a diverse cast, they allow immigrants to embrace a revolutionary but oppressive time period. That's really difficult to do, and I know not everybody appreciates it, but I was stunned with how inclusive they were able to be in Hamilton. They do call out the bad, but they also embrace the good for what it can do for our future. So it's not all about looking into the past, it's about what we're gonna do moving forward. Hamilton, in my opinion, is a can't miss. It's on Disney Plus. Coming in at number 3, The Last Dance on Netflix, a docu-series on Michael Jordan's career. I barely pay attention to sports anymore. I just don't have the time for it. I wish I did. But I loved Air Jordan as a kid and wore a bunch of his clothes. I couldn't afford the shoes, but I would wear Air Jordan t-shirts. And I found this documentary incredibly riveting. He's a very fascinating personality and clearly one of the best competitors of all time. If you loved him, if you hate him, or if you're just a fan of athletes or basketball, I would highly recommend The Last Dance on Netflix. Coming in at number 2, The Umbrella Academy Season 2. The Umbrella Academy is quirky, it's weird, the characters are total disasters, and that's why I love it. It's fun, it's funny, it's also very heartwarming and endearing. If you like quirky comic book action, you'll enjoy this show. But it is a love it or hate it kind of a thing, so be warned, but it does come in at my number 2. And coming in at number 1, this is not going to be surprising to anybody, The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian Season 2 came out this year. We're about to see the season finale this week, and I am sure it will not disappoint because the rest of the season has been completely phenomenal. If you're a Star Wars fan, this show is bringing the entire fandom together because pretty much everybody loves it. Only steer clear of The Mandalorian if you're a true Star Wars hater, and if you are a true Star Wars hater, I'm not sure we can be friends. The Mandalorian Season 2 is on Disney Plus. That is it. Those are my top 10. Do not forget, our novel and full cast audiobook, Death of a Bounty Hunter, is out now. A supernatural steampunk western. If you like Firefly or the Dark Tower series, or any sort of weird westerns like Jonah Hex, you'll be sure to enjoy Death of a Bounty Hunter. Go buy it for yourself or buy it as a Christmas present for somebody else. Visit www.deathofabountyhunter.com. This has been Jay Shearer. I hope you have had fun when you can watching things on streaming over the course of this crazy weird year that is 2020. Have a great new year, and I will see you next year, and hopefully 2021 will be a lot better. Hopefully. Thanks for watching.